Hey guys, I'm back with another process video. The weather is finally getting nice here where I'm at in Minnesota, so I've been outside doing some yard work and hanging out with my kids outside finally and stuff. So sorry for the delay, but I am back, and this is a layout that I created yesterday. And I just showed you some stuff that I'm thinking about using. A lot of it is print shop. From Studio Calico and the Glitz Wild and Free collection. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking a Heidi Swap mini stencil and it's the triangles, and I am just setting that onto some black basil cardstock, and that is like a textured cardstock, and I'm just putting paper around it, and putting some washi tape to secure it because I'm using this marker spritzer and I didn't want like that harsh line outside of the stencil. That you get. So I just masked those areas off, and I am just spritzing into the triangles with a picket fence distress marker. And then I'm taking my white gel pen and I'm also just tracing all of the insides of the triangles. And I really love how that turned out. And if you've never used the picket fence distress marker before, it does take a second for it to show up. So it might look like you're not spraying anything, but then, in a few seconds, it will pop up. Now, I have two white picket fence, and for some reason, this one, I just couldn't get it to spray right again. So I just pulled out my other one, and that one's gonna work great. So yeah, basically I'm just creating a pattern in the background here with this marker spritzer, and I'm just doing the same thing, outlining each of the triangles with my gel pen, which I liked because it really defined the shape quite a bit more. So yeah. And I'm going to do one more at the top. And as you can see, those ones are a little brighter than the other ones, but I kind of really like the variation of it all, so I liked it. Sorry for that background noise. I have the morning news on, and it's a bit louder than I thought it was. Okay, so I just cleaned off my stencil and stuff, and I'm picking up a bit, and now I am going to start building the layout. So, oops, I am so sorry. That's my alarm on my phone. So, I'm going to take a piece of this print shop paper, which I love. I love the gradient on here, and I love the colors. I love the script. I love you know, um, the artsy look to it with the paint swatches. I love that paper. And so, I matted my photo, which is printed at 3 by 5, onto some black cardstock, just to make it pop a little bit more against this paper. And then I, made a very large mat with that paper. I wanted the yellow, like kind of the mid-tone orangish pink, and then the pink, the vibrant pink in there. So, and then this is another piece from Print Shop, and I am just tearing off like a ledge to layer under that. And I wanted this layout to look kind of, I didn't want it to be so like cut perfect and all of that. So that's why I tore that edge. And then that is just a scrap out of the 6 by 6 that I had, and that also had a torn edge at the top. So I just slipped that back there, and that's like an ampersand paper. And I also love that paper. It's so cute. And I really love the yellow, and I wanted to bring more out in that. So I'm just pulling out some yellowish papers from the Wild and Free 6 by 6, but I don't think I'm going to end up using any more papers on here actually. I'm going to fiddle around. And that little scrap is like a script print, and that is also just a scrap from Print Shop. And then this is Amy Tan's sketchbook, which I knew had a lot of kind of vibrant colors like this in there, but there was nothing in there that would have worked. So, and now I'm just playing around with some Heidi Swap chipboard frames, but unfortunately none of these are going to make it on the layout. I really wanted to use that one because I love these like graphic colors with the patterns. But yeah, it kind of cut off the picture, and I wanted it to be a whole. So now I'm pulling out some Heidi Swap banners, and I'm going to use this black and white like rounded banner at the bottom there just to kind of ground everything and finish off that bottom edge down there. So, yeah. And what I am attempting to do at this point is try to keep the yellowish up towards the top and the pinks in the middle and then the black and white towards the bottom so that it's not so everywhere. So I'm going to do a bit of outlining here, just to kind of um, define the edges. And then I also like outlining just because I like that like sketchy, look on my layouts. So that kind of adds that when you outline, well, the way I outline, because I am not a clean outliner. So yeah, it adds a bit of that sketchiness to it, which I like. So I'm just taking my time, kind of, and outlining, and that is just a Faber-Castell Pitt pen in the Superfine, I believe. And yeah, now I'm gonna kind of start gluing everything together. And I'm liking the way that looks, and I love the triangles on the left with it, so I'm pretty happy so far. So now I'm going to start embellishing a bit, and I pull out the Wild and Free sticker sheet, and I'm just having a look at that and seeing what I want to use. Oh, this, so I had gotten this tape runner like in like a kit or something, and then I had found this refill somewhere and it was like on clearance, super cheap, like 10 cents. And I knew it wasn't the right color, but I'm figuring, oh, it'll work anyways, but it didn't. So yeah, so I just used my ATG to finish that up. I don't know. I have bought so many multiple tape runners, and I always go back to my ATG. So I'm basically just trying to use up the ones um, that I'm most likely not going to care about that all that much, and then just toss them because I don't need a billion tape runners. So, okay, I kind of switched up a bit. These are the Wild and Free die cuts, and I cut that heart border. It had some other colors, but I wanted to stick with the kind of the pinks and the yellows and oranges and blacks and whites. So I just cut off those colors, and luckily they were all next to each other. Threw them right there on top of that script paper, and then that feather is like a tribal print, I guess you would call it, feather, and it's pretty large, and it has a little bit of yellow in it. So I just put that on there. I thought that that would be a nice contrast, to the left of the picture. And I used to feel like I had to use feathers, in a symbolic way, but I'm starting to not care because I just want to get this stuff used. So those are they're by Basic Gray, and I cannot remember the name of that line right now. Hopefully, it will come to me, but it's fairly, I mean, it's not super new, but it came out earlier this year, and it's kind of like a watercolory line. It's really pretty. So, those are just some chipboard pieces, and I pulled out a flower, and then that little, like, tag piece that I pulled out says Walking on Sunshine. And then these are some jelly bean soup, like, words. So, I lost a heart. That's okay. No one will ever know. Shh. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick that sticker up there, and that just says love. And I also put three of those arrows pointing down towards the hearts in black, if you see that, next to that chipboard piece, that chipboard flower. So yeah, oh, it's really bothering me that I can't remember that line. Fresh cut. That was the line. Fresh cut. There you go. So those were adhesive backed, so I just pulled off the backing and stuck them down. And now I'm just outlining my whole page with this white gel pen, and I'm outlining to the pretty close to the corner, and then I'm putting three little X's in each side. So just for a little added interest and to add to the sketchiness of everything. So these are some Amy Tan sketchbook fabric stickers, and I'm going to use a couple of them just in the corners up here of these layers. So there's a yellow one and a pink one. And then I went and grabbed some letter stickers and I'm gonna try to make a title. These were just not the right color. Those roses were actually red, but they turned out pink when I took the picture. So, but that was the wrong pink. So these are some like corrugated letters from Amy Tan. And so I'm gonna spell out its with those. And then these are some remark stickers. And I'm going to use the yellow ones to spell out the. And then I believe I'm going to use the pink ones, which are the right pink, to spell out little. I don't know why I put a T down to spell little, but I did. So yeah. So now I'm going to spell little out with these. And sorry, this part is never fun, watching me peel off letter stickers. And then I'm going to take these Dear Lizzie thickers, they're chipboard thickers. It's coming up. There they are. And they're white with like a really tiny black polka dot on them. And they were from the recent polka dot part. Well, not the recent, but you know, the polka dot party collection. And I really love those stickers. So I spelled out things with those. And I'm kind of fiddling with the title. And I'm trying to, it's just, I mean, I like the title, but it's just not. I don't know. There's just something not right about it to me. So in a second, I'm going to move it to the left side there, and it works so much better over there. So I'm going to start laying it down before I have time to think and analyze. And I realize on the video, it seems like those stickers are kind of blending in a lot, which they do a bit in person, but you can definitely see them more in person. And I kind of like that they're not so standoutish because, it's not really the main focus of the layout, the picture and the colors and stuff are. So, I mean, you can definitely read it in person, but I see on the video it's a little bit harder. So, yeah, I moved it to the left side and I love it over there. It just felt so right. So, yeah, it says it's the little things. And now I am just looking back at this alpha sheet, but I'm looking at the little word stickers down there and I'm going to pick out a few that coordinate and I am going to put those to the bottom right of the picture. So that one says memories. And I like how these really blend in with that pattern paper behind it. So it just says, they're just little words. Memories, you and me. And then that one says love. Um, and yeah, and I mean, this layout is basically just these. This is a picture of some roses that me and my fiance had went out to, like a club to celebrate something that happened at his job, and so he had like went to the bathroom quick and came back with these flowers for me. So what a sweetheart. So yeah, I'm just journaling about that really quick, and then I'm gonna stick down a few of these sequins. I finally got black sequins. I'm so excited. It was like I just always felt like I was reaching for a black sequin, and I've never had black sequins. So I'm so happy, and I got them for 10 cents on clearance somewhere. 10 cents. So I grabbed two. It was a splurge. No. No, but seriously, I'm really, really happy to have some black sequins finally. So, as you can tell, I'm sure that was kind of overkill. So, yeah, I just stuck them down, just a few randomly where I wanted, your eye to kind of flow to on the page. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do a couple close-ups here. Not very good close-ups. I apologize for the close-ups. The way my desk is set up, it's a bit hard for me, but I'm still working on it. So thanks for watching, guys.